Hi, I'm James, and I'm a competitive eater.
Let's hear from the expert.
So today we have a professional eater.
Yes.
No.
Something close to our heart. We love eating, and this guy really loves eating. He's not just an eater. He is Australia's #1 ranked competitive eater, if you don't mind. And he joins us from Dallas, Texas in America.
Hey, America!
James Webb. Good morning.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. Good morning.
So let me
Hang
get
on,
this
so
right.
you're an Aussie, but you're in America.
That's correct.
Because everything's bigger in Texas.
So you're only over there to do these competitive eating challenges. You're technically making a career out of it.
Competitive eating is my life. You're
Oh
right.
my God, Jace, there is a future for you after radio.
No, but he's so lean. Look at him on FaceTime. He's lean.
No, I wear a baggy t-shirt, a baggy clothes to hide the
Oh,
to hide
right.
the belly.
How does one become a eating expert?
Look, to be honest, this started off as a complete joke, just something for fun. But in America, they find a way to turn everything into a sport. And
A
like
sport?
every other sport,
No.
it's a sport. We do sponsored events 20 times a year. My last 3 events have been on national TV. We compete on ESPN. So, yeah, it's a sport.
So, and then how are you getting coin out of it? How are you making a living?
So US dollars is pretty nice. There's a lot of prize money, a lot of
Yes.
sponsorships, endorsement deals. Obviously, I create social media content in my days off. So, yeah, I've got a pretty good following that kind of, gets me paid pretty well.
And so you've got sponsors to eat. So who's sponsoring you?
Well, last year, Sportsbet sponsored me for the Nathan's contest.
Smart.
Of course
Smart.
they did.
Oh my
Hey, can
God.
we go back to the start? When did you figure out that you were a good or a big eater?
Well, I guess if you want to really go back, I was a fat kid growing up. I've got a ethnic mother, great chef, master chef, brilliant cook. So I always grew up with food in abundance, and I
Right.
probably had man boobs until I was about 16. And then, so like I always loved my food, And then being a semi-professional soccer player, I was always a decent eater because like obviously you're training like a maniac, so
Yeah.
you eat. And then when I found bodybuilding and really got into bodybuilding, food is life. Probably you obsess a little bit too much over food, but with like everything, food is fun, and food was always my fun. I wasn't really into partying. I would be like to my missus, that's like who's now my wife. Obviously, it's like let's go out for dinner. Like where are we going to eat this weekend? Like I'll be researching like
Your foodie.
places to
Yeah.
eat, right? And then to be honest, when I did this food challenge, that was completely her fault. She got me into this.
What was the first
then,
one you did?
So the Khartoum Hotel in Cessnock. Basically, my wife bribed me to go to the Hunter Valley for a weekend
Right.
because I don't drink. She wanted to do the whole cheese wine tasting, like
Yeah.
cute bougie day out. So to bribe me, she planned like a whole day trip of eating, so I would be fat and happy before we got to the wineries.
Smart.
We stopped at the Khartoum Hotel for lunch, and they had, at the time, I didn't know this, but Australia's biggest burger challenge, and no one had ever completed it, like 10 years deep, right?
How big?
So I'm like 5 kilos of burger and 500 grams of wedges and 500 grams of onion rings.
Oh my God.
That's a lot of food.
That's big.
And I'm like, I'll do it.
And you,
Don't give
and
you
you did it.
indigestion?
Hey, James, have you ever been to Massive Wieners in Fitzroy?
Sorry. Whoa.
There's a shop. There's a hot dog shop in Fitzroy here in Melbourne called Massive Wieners,
Oh, yes.
and you used to be able to. You had to eat a 25-inch dog within 5 minutes, and then they'd put your Polaroid on the wall
Oh, the wall of
as
shame.
like a the
Oh,
wall
no,
of fame.
Fame. Sorry.
Have you
fame.
done that one yet? The Massive Wieners Championship.
I have not done that, but it seems like a challenge I need to
Next
get to.
time you're home, we've got to get you there.
So 7 world records. What world records do you hold right now?
So actually make that 8. I just broke one on the weekend.
Stop it.
Yeah,
Of course you
yeah.
did.
What's your
Congrats.
latest record?
So I did 24 7-ounce pulled pork sandwiches in 10 minutes.
How many?
I-
How many?
24.
I hate pulled pork.
Yeah, you're not a. You're
Why?
saying smoked meats. You're not a
Yeah,
fan.
pulled
Oh,
meat.
but-
Okay,
smoked
Don't
meats.
taste it if you're
Run
shoving
through
it
the other
down like
ones.
him.
What was the other world records?
Okay, so I've got 53 Texas smoked sausages in 10
Smoked.
minutes.
How many?
Smoked
How many minutes?
sausages, 50.
53 in 10 minutes.
Yep.
What else?
I've got 13 and a half pound of chocolate fudge in 8 minutes.
That I could get around.
He does dessert too.
Oh, yeah. My other world records are 356 donut holes in 8 minutes.
You could get around that one,
Yeah, I
James.
could take you
I'll
there,
do the
James.
fudge, you do the donuts.
Yep.
And then 70 original glazed donuts in 8 minutes.
Like Krispy Kremes.
Hang on, 70.
70, yeah.
In 8
So
minutes.
yeah, so in America, there's a brand called Bake Mark.
Right.
They're like super famous. They basically make all the donut mix for like everywhere that makes donuts. Like they
Right.
distribute donut mixture, right? So a Bake Mark donut is 4 ounces. So 4 ounces is about 150 grams. So maybe double the size of a Krispy Kreme donut, give or
So
take.
That's double the size. You've done 70.
okay, right. So you're eating 70 donuts in 8 minutes.
Yep.
Do you chew or do you just shove it down your throat?
How do I answer this nicely? Now, look, to be honest, it's like you have to minimize chewing because the more you chew, the more time you're wasting,
Yeah, you
right?
get sore jaw.
You kind of, so you're using your teeth to break off the food, like in your mouth, like you get the food, like say it's a donut. You use your teeth to break it off, and then you use your tongue to like mash it,
Push it down.
and then you're kind of swallowing as efficiently as possible.
Hey, James, can you open your
Wow.
gob? Give us a look at how big your mouth is. Yeah, it's a big
Decent
mouth. Look at
size,
that.
decent size. James,
What's your proudest record?
Ooh. Look, to be honest, so I don't know if you guys know much about competitive eating, but the goat of competitive eating is Joey Chestnut. And
What a cute name for
he's-
such an aggressive eater.
know.
Joey Chestnut.
little chestnut.
So Joey Chestnut is the goat, all-time best ever competitive eater, and I beat him in a contest, and I broke the world record at the
Good
same
on
time.
you. Cop that, Joey.
270. It was good. It was honestly, it was one of the highlights of my life, to be honest.
What was it? What was the record?
278 buffalo wings in 12 minutes.
Oh.
Sorry.
Hang on. I got to do the maths on that.
178 wings in 12
So-
minutes.
12 minutes.
James.
278 by 12.
How does
so
that-
23 a minute.
That is
How does that impact
unbelievable.
on you? Like, what happens
Health-wise,
to your
yeah.
guts? And this is more a generic question about how your digestive system works. I mean,
Because
does
you're not allowed to vomit afterwards,
No.
are you?
like, are you okay?
Nothing can leave your body. Nothing can leave your body, back or front,
For
top
how
or
long,
bottom.
though?
Well, so after a contest, normally you're on stage for about 15 or 20 minutes after a contest.
Yep.
You know, by the time they do presentations and whatever else, right?
Imagine
and
getting
truthfully,
sweaty
like-
during the presentation.
Oh, the meat
Oh,
sweat.
Knees are wobbling.
I trust
As
me,
if you
like
could
it's
stand
rough.
up for 15 minutes after having 70 donuts or 53 smoked
So
sausages.
going back to the sporting aspect, on the weekend I did 2 hours of media straight after my contest. I didn't even get to wipe my face.
And
I was
what
doing
did you just-
interviews and photos?
What did you just downed at that point?
24 pulled pork sandwiches.
It's bloating.
Jesus.
How are you so lean?
Yeah, how do you get
Well,
rid of it?
You'd be at the gym.
Firstly, thank you. Look, to be honest, look, I'm not saying I'm fat, but look, if you saw me 3 years ago, I was shredded. I was 4% body fat. I was ripped from head to toe.
Right.
Now, I like to call it fluffy. My wife calls it fluffy. Look, to be honest, I spend a lot of time in the gym. I love the gym. I love to train. The truth is, you're never going to out-train this crazy lifestyle I live. So the fact is, shameless plug, I'm sponsored by My Muscle Chef. So when I come back to Australia after contest season, I diet hard, I train hard,
You
I
must
get
have
back
to
into
eat
shape.
17 of those in every sitting.
Well,
Bit
it's
tight.
all
Even
about-
I'm
Imagine having
hungry.
them at a dinner
Even I'm
party.
hungry after one of those.
Hey, I remember.
in my off season, it's more about getting back into shape. So truthfully, like it's contest season now, right? I got a contest every other weekend until September now. And this time last year, like after September, October, I came back to Australia. I was 30 kilos heavier. So I have to get back into shape for the next contest season, which starts in January.
James, what's the one food that you find it the hardest to
get
throw
down.
down quickly?
Oh, so look, this month has been a tough one, to be honest. So look, the toughest food is the food you don't like. That's the easiest way to answer it.
What's yours?
But in America, they have foods. Okay, last week I did the bologna contest, right? So bologna is like, think of like microwaved Devon.
Oh,
Like that is like
no.
Nah.
bottom of the barrel kind of stuff, smoked with some kind of weird sauce.
Nah.
I did 11 and a half pounds in 10 minutes.
Hey,
And you didn't win.
Oh,
I came second.
Oh, all of that.
James,
Without
how
the
do you reckon?
trophy.
How do you reckon you'd go with vanilla slices?
Sign me up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sign
me
me up.
too.
I
Funny you should say
I
that.
have the biggest
Bring in
sweet
the
tooth
vanilla
I've ever seen.
slices.
You know what?
Yeah. What tips would you give for someone
Oh,
like Jace?
you two can race.
No, I'm not doing it. I've got IBS.
I'm not doing this.
I'm on a no sugar diet.
Okay.
We've got to
Jace.
do one each. We've got to do one
Jace,
each.
No, we're going to see
Yes.
how long it takes you to eat 3.
James,
Bullshit.
what advice do you have for Jace as he contemplates his vanilla slice eating competition?
What a messy food.
How big is the vanilla slice?
There it is.
That's the snot block.
Oh, that's even big to get your gob around.
So I would recommend turning it on the side because if you just bite straight down like a
Like a
sandwich,
sandwich.
No,
it's
yeah,
gonna
that
go.
way.
It's gonna go everywhere.
Don't even
Oh.
chew it,
It's gonna-
Jace.
so-
Straight
All
down
right,
the gullet.
Turn it
Go.
on the
We'll keep
side
talking to
and just,
James.
And just
I'm
like
not gonna
bang
get-
it,
Come on.
like,
Your time starts
Sideways.
now.
Let's see how long it takes you to eat it.
I'm not going to get
Just
that.
one. Okay, you ready?
I'm
Wait.
going to be sick. I'm going to.
No,
You're gonna
then
have
you
to like
don't win.
slurp
Okay,
and bite at the
hang
same
on.
time.
Stopwatch.
Hang on.
Time starts now.
Talk much.
James,
Okay.
what are you expecting? I reckon
It's
this
pretty
is
good.
quite horrific to watch,
Jeez.
though.
You got to push it down with your tongue, remember? Take
He's
his
making a mess,
advice.
isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh,
You
no.
got to
what-
slurp it in
what's
and
he
bite at the
doing
same
wrong?
time.
Do you know what,
Oh.
though,
Everything.
James? Jace has got a really small little mouth.
I can't do that.
No, keep going.
Stop
This is
talking.
comedy.
Keep going.
Stop
Get,
talking.
get this man a glass of water.
How
Are
quickly
you
could
allowed
you
to
get
drink
this down?
water in your eating contests?
You're allowed to drink anything that's non-alcoholic.
It's good, isn't it, big boy?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
But what would you go for? Something smooth like
So,
milk.
so I definitely no milk.
no, you can't
Not
keep-
milk.
Just finish it.
mate, I'll be
I
sick.
opt for sugar-free cranberry juice most of the time, or sugar-free
There you
Powerade, something
go.
sweet.
40 seconds and Jace has thrown the towel in.
Yeah,
oh, you've
he's
got it all
done.
over your face.
Oh, no.
It's a messy food, the vanilla slice.
Yeah, why
It's
did
not
you
great.
go that?
Hey, James, Nate, you said your mum's a good cook.
Yes.
What's her signature dish and how much of it would you just eat casually when you have dinner at mum's house?
Oh, that's look. Coming from a Croatian household, when Mama cooks, she cooks for a village.
Yeah, right.
So, like, to be honest, we've never had a shortage of food. It's not about how much she needs to cook
Even
for me.
when you're
I think
like, would you eat if you're just going to family dinner? Are you eating a ridiculous amount, or do you just eat a normal amount of food like everyone else at a normal dinner?
look, I can be sensible. I can be like, look, whatever's on my plate, I can happily be cool with that and walk away and be cool.
And you're
Like,
not
don't get me
starving.
wrong. I'm not like a gannet where I'm like, where's the food? I can control myself. I can be civilized at depending on the setting. However, the other side of it is like, okay, so my family are actually small eaters, but in growing up, always it's like my dad would finish his meal. Hey James, finish this. My mom would be like, oh, I don't really want the rest of my steak. Finish this. So like,
so you're
I'm kind of
always
like
a big eater.
garbage disposal, man. Like I just get food handed to me.
Got
So
it.
when I'm at a family occasion, like same, my grandma's full, my brother's full, whatever, they kind of, and my wife's worse at this. They
Right.
just like slide it in front of me. So I'm just like,
James,
down, whatever's there.
James, do you ever have a hoon on the old Sizzler buffet back in the day?
Oh, he'd be good at it.
You would have been great at
So-
the Sizzler buffet.
In America, you can go to this place called Golden Corral. It costs you $12, unlimited soda and unlimited food. It is like Sizzler on steroids.
They would
And I
hate.
go there
They would
often.
hate you
Yeah, they'd
when they
see
see
you
you coming.
Have you ever?
Funnily enough, they don't mind. They think it's hilarious because don't forget, in America, owners aren't around. They're all workers, right? They think it's
Oh,
hilarious
yeah,
that this
right.
guy
Yeah,
is like
yeah.
putting away plates, right? And the thing is as well, I'm not about wastage. If I take food, I eat it. I don't
Good man.
take and then leave it. You know what I mean? So I'm very against food wastage. So when people see, what is this guy eating? That he's actually eating it, they think it's actually hilarious.
Hey, James, have you ever pushed yourself too far?
I was just thinking
And what
that
happened?
because I almost choked on the vanilla slice.
Yeah. So look,
Wouldn't that be a great
I've
way to
actually
go
been
out?
disqualified. I actually got disqualified from my first ever contest last year. I did. I would have broken the world record for tamales. I did 96 tamales in 10 minutes, but I had food. I had literally tamale
Hot
up to
tamale.
here, and it came out of my nose.
Oh, and so you got disqualified because it came out of your nose.
Yeah, like a chunk of tamale. Like think of like a piece of corn, like a corn on the cob piece of corn. It like out of my nose.
Did you need
'cause nothing can
Gaviscon
leave your
after
body.
that?
So tamale's
Oh,
like a
man.
corn dog, is it?
Right.
Tamales is like it's called like a husk. It's kind of like a minced up
Mexican,
kind of.
is it? I think.
Yeah, and it got a bit of tang, a lot of paprika,
Yeah.
turmeric, a lot of spices. That was
Wow.
not that was not pretty.
James, have you ever done a chicken nugget eating challenge?
I have. Last year I came second in the Wendy's Nuggets contest. I did
How many?
207 in 8 minutes.
Did you raw dog them or did you have sauce?
You don't have time for sauce. You just use your
No,
sugar-free.
no
drink.
sweet and
no.
sour.
That's
Hey
all raw
James,
dog.
so just quickly, how does it work, right? If you're doing the chicken nugget eating contest, it's like you've got a certain amount you've got to get through and it's how quickly you can do it? Or is there a time
Yeah,
and then you say how many you get through?
Well, in a contest, right? Because you're eating against others. So what they do is they plate up. So each plate will have like 10 nuggets on it, for
Yeah.
example. And you have your own plate counter. So every time you eat a plate, they refill your table. And
So
like
it's a time
basically,
limit.
yeah. So normally any contests go between 8 and 12 minutes, depending
Yeah.
on the contest, right?
Right.
So then at the end of like 10 minutes or whatever, they'll count how many plates you've got or how many plates you've eaten. And then, you'll have a stack in front
Yeah.
of you of plates that you've eaten and they just count them. And obviously they
200
know
plates.
there's 10 nuggets per bowl, 20 bowls, that's 200 nuggets, whatever.
Oh my God.
Well, look, you can check him out online, jwebbycaneat.com.
Great website.
You know it.
Great website. Australia's #1 competitive eater. And our guest this morning for the experts. James, when you come back to Australia, swing past the
Yeah,
studio. We
hats off.
should try and take him on.
Yeah. Oh, no, we won't take you
You-
on, but we'll watch.
The three of you versus me?
That's a good idea.
Oh, we work as a team.
There's
Yeah, let's do
still
it.
no hope.
No,
Jason,
we can get him with nuggets.
let me remind you, 53 smoked sausages, 70 donuts in 8 minutes. You reckon you can still beat him?
I reckon if we work together, we could take him.
Maybe
with the
the whole
nuggets.
team. The whole
Yeah,
team.
the whole team.
Production and all.
Versus James. You up for it?
Sounds good to me.
Done.
Let's go.
Hey,
Hey, as long as we get the cameras out, so when I beat you, there's proof.
oh, James Webb joining us
Game
on the
on.
air this
Good on you,
morning. Hey,
James.
thanks for being a part of the experts, James.
Thanks, James.
Thanks for having me, guys. Have a great day.